Have I mentioned that I really hate wasps? We have one that's hunting us, and it's driving me nuts. He keeps chasing Shannon. She doesn't run and scream like I do, or get goosebumps. And I don't know how to stop it. I don't know how to keep from doing it. Blech. So we're gonna move the truck to a different place because apparently we're on top of a nest, or I've made one mad, or so he wants to hang out in my truck. I don't know.
Well, this is where their old home was. You took away their old home and now they're mad at you.
I'm fine with that. Now go find a new home, wasps. You crazies.
They're not.
You crazy.
They're not relocating very well.
You need to relocate. Blech.
Kyle's freaking out a little bit about the wasps here.
She's being polite. I'm more than freaking out. Welcome back to K&S Get Out, guys. We are so excited to be back out to the land. It is a beautiful day today. I think it's like 75 degrees, April 12th. So we thought we'd come out here, get a little work done.
Yeah.
We just haven't been able to focus on it for a while. We do have some big news, a big announcement that we were gonna tell you about later, but you gotta stick around. We also listened to your comments on the Bradford pear. We did our own research, and you're right. Those things are annoying. They probably gotta go. So I got my tools, got my chainsaw, and we're gonna see if we get into that guy and take her down.
I really wanted to save it because I feel like it's a very pretty tree, but everything I've heard is like, nope, get rid of it.
Yeah, and we don't want to tell you guys you're wrong, because you're right. Everything we looked up, you're right. I remember we planted Bradford pears as kids in our neighborhood, and my mom even planted one at one of our houses, so I didn't think anything of it. It was pretty. We pulled up today though, and all the white blossoms, all the white blossoms are gone, so Shannon's like, well, it's not that pretty. And I said, cool, it's coming down. So we're gonna get that down. Probably gonna split a little wood, try to fill up a little bit more of that firewood storage rack over there, and then we'll chat with you about our big announcement. Some of you have been asking about it, been kind of thinking about it, figuring it out, but we wanted to officially let you know. Oh, another thing. The wasps hate me, and they know that I hate them. So they just kind of tease Shannon. They're like, oh, look, you're there. And they're like, oh, there's that big fraidy cat. Watch him run, man. And they hang out by my truck. So when I go over to get a tool or something, they just run after me. And I run like a little girl. And yeah, there might be some beep, beep, beep and going on later in the video, but hopefully not. Or if I get stung, guys, it was nice knowing you. Hopefully Shannon will carry on the channel. It'll just be S gets out till she finds a better K. I don't know.
There's no better K.
Oh. Well, there's no better S.
Well, thanks.
Well, we better stick together and get out together.
There you go.
Hint, hint. All right, let's get to work. What'd you try to do just now?
Well, we pulled up on a wild turkey walking around, so I was trying to get video of it real quick. But he knew I was chasing him, so he just kept on going into the woods.
Did you see the other one? There was two of them.
Oh no, I only saw one.
Yeah, and when we first pulled up, they had their tails all puffed up.
Yeah.
But then I think whenever they heard us, they tucked their tails and they're kind of like, let's get out of here.
Well, I noticed one had like a blue head.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them blue-headed wild turkeys.
I don't know what a wild turkey looks like.
Those are the ones that go to like the raves and everything. Because he's dyed his hair blue, you know, the festivals or whatever they are.
I got you. Party turkeys.
Yeah. The gobbler ravers. The gobbler party. I can't come up with anything. Come on. What would you call a wild turkey that likes to party and rave?
A party turkey.
Party turkey. We're so creative. I love it. There was one just on the side of the truck. Yeah. I want to get my chainsaw, I want to get my fuel, and I'm gonna be brave because I did see one down there and over there and over there. We're gonna pretend like they're not there. I can do this.
Be tough, babe.
Ha! Man alive, I don't understand. It's like they gotta figure out what this foreign object is. Little do they know, this isn't a foreign object. We own this land. This guy will be here. They're the foreign objects. I'm gonna stop crying about it, okay?
For a minute, anyway.
For a minute, until I see another one. All right, we gotta fuel this guy up, and I wanna hear it. I wanna hear it run today.
Does that make you happy?
That feels good. It's so windy today.
It's so windy.
That's the only thing I don't like about this, because this isn't the heaviest tree in the world.
Look at it blowing that tree.
I know that if I notched it on the other side and let the wind take it, but then the wind could change direction in any second, because that's what we do here in Missouri. So Shannon's concerned a little bit that there are so many vines and briars and everything holding on to the back side of this tree that if I try to notch it on this side to fall it down into the hill, that it's gonna hang on to it. So don't try this at home, but we're gonna try to just cut through some of these vines with the chainsaw, because I'm too lazy to do it with the pruners, because there's like 10,000 of them. So I do have eye protection, gloves, and put my ears on.
I'll stay back far enough.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Hey, thanks.
I really wanted to tell him to save as many of those irises down there as possible, but he probably would have got a little upset. The vines are already catching it. All those vines, they're just holding on. Look at all these vines and briars just eating this tree up.
So one of the things that we did learn in research, and some of you guys said thorns on Bradford pears, and I was like, there's no, I've never seen thorns. What I think it is, if you come in here close, because I was moving one of these branches and one of them went right through the leather of my glove, jabbed me in the hand, I had to pull it out. But if you look, where it grows a branch, when they're fresh branches, they're like thorns. Look at that. And then I assume eventually they bloom out all the way, and that's where these leaves come from. But you get this guy right here, I didn't see that. Or these down here, I mean, I think it's just the beginning of the branches.
I mean, they do look pretty wicked.
They are, and I was not ready for it, and I went to grab it. Like I said, I don't even know where it was that I grabbed, but man, it went right through my glove. And okay, so those of you that knew there were thorns on them, yeah, I'd say those would qualify as thorns, because I bled. It was good.
Uh-oh.
So that guy's coming down.
I'm really starting to think we should call this place Thorn Hill, because everywhere we go, there are thorns everywhere. Briars, blackberries, what are those trees?
Honey locust?
Honey locust.
Oh yeah.
Bradford pears. This is just Thorn Hill. That may be what we start calling it.
Yeah, we're gonna find every one of them, and they're gonna die. And with them are the wasps. They're gonna die too. I just have it out for the wasps today, I tell you what.
No, I think the wasps have it out for you today.
Yeah, so we're gonna get this Bradford pear down now. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Bradford pear, got it. This stupid thing's gotta come down. There are some major vines in that guy.
I know, I was noticing them the other day.
I really wanna drop it down this hill. He's not, like I said, it's not really leaning a particular way. So you want me to try to notch it over here and then back cut it on the hillside and let it come where we're standing now?
You can't even get a good spot to get in there and notch it because there's so many thorns and briars wrapped up in it.
So we got most of the mess out of the way. Only a few wounds here and there, little thorn hashes. I know, wear long sleeves when you're out here. I'm hot, sweaty, sorry, not doing it. at least not today. So those are some of the branches that we cut out. That's a ton of the thornage that was up in it. I was able to kind of slash and hack that stuff out. We're gonna try to hinge it on this side to get it to go that way, and then do the back cut over here. The wind is not really in my favor for it to go that way, but it's definitely not gonna come back this way. Worst case scenario, it starts to fall more that way, but those trees should keep it over here. So that's what we're gonna try.
Cut your backside too high?
I did, quite a bit too high. And I think just the wind and the way he was going, he didn't want to go that way. Fortunately, I cleared all that out around it and I could pay attention to where the tree was going, and I knew it was a fairly light tree. That's not how you cut down a tree properly. Don't do that. I should have come up higher on the trunk so I had a little better control, which I mentioned to you originally. And then I didn't do it.
It's down.
It's down. We're safe.
Now you have to pull it out of there.
So another good news, not the news we're going to break to you here in just a little bit, but tomorrow I'm going to meet a third company out here to do another assessment of the well. We've gotten 2 opinions already. Both of them were different. This guy had a pretty good conversation with us over the phone, has a few more tools and tricks and things he can try to better test. And it is going to cost us a little bit up front, but he will be able to tell us for sure if we can reuse that well or not. If not, and we use him to go ahead and drill the new well, then whatever we pay for the services for tomorrow's work, then that will be applied toward the cost of the new well. So I thought that was pretty courteous of him to allow that, and obviously it's a pretty good deal for us so that we can have a definitive answer on that well and what we got to do. So it is extremely windy out here. I've got to split a little wood while we're here. We've run the chainsaw. I need to get a little splitting done. And then we'll take you back to the camper and we'll tell you our big news.
The other good news about the well is this guy doesn't take as long to drill. He's not as far behind.
That's true. This guy actually does his own drilling as opposed to the former, both of the former ones, I believe,
they contracted
outsourced.
out.
Yeah, they contract out. So they're competing with other people, probably with each other, to use the same well drilling company. This guy does his own drilling, and so it could be sooner that we could get out here to the land with our camper.
Which would be wonderful.
Which would be fantastic. We love the campground. We've made friends with our neighbors already. It's a good time, but this is where we want to be so that we're closer out here. We can get these projects done quicker and get moving on our future plans. One day at a time, one log at a time. All right, well, I think that's all the fun we're gonna have for today. Chopping, splitting, cutting. We're gonna take you back to the camper and we'll share our big news with you. We'll be right back. Well, we're back from the land and got a little cleaned up, did our tick checks. I'm exhausted, swinging that splitter, all that good stuff, but we wanted to share something with you.
There's one lingering question that a lot of you have been asking. It seems to come up every time we post a video. That question is, are we still working? And we are finally going to answer that for you.
That's a negative. You know, for the first time in my life, I had one of those moments where, you know, you've heard people before say, oh, I made this much money and blah, 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 but man, the stress and everything, it just wasn't worth it, and I walked away from it. I got away from it. And I always thought that's just the silliest thing I've ever heard. No matter what, if I'm making that kind of money, I can endure, and I would do the job. But for the first time in our lives, we both got to a point where we understood that statement. It was a detriment to our health, our happiness, our well-being. Just for a little bit of history, I worked in IT for over 15 years, and I did it for however many years before that as a hobby to kind of learn that.
I was in banking for 20 years. I know a lot of you, that will surprise you because you don't think I'm that old, but I worked in one place for 20 years.
Yep.
I hit my 20-year anniversary and decided I'd had enough. I was burnt out. I didn't want to do it anymore. I was managing people, and it just wasn't for me. It no longer brought joy because I was spending more of my time managing.
Yeah. You know, I worked in multiple facets of IT. I had worked at a bank for 5 years and was an IT admin there. The career that I just quit, that I thought I was going to retire from, you know, I'm not going to talk trash on the company or anything like that, but it was just me personally. You know, I started out at the bottom, if you will, and in a matter of 5 years climbed to about the highest position I could be until somebody in leadership retires. And so I also managed and led a team of 8 people, and we managed over 46 clients, their entire IT. It was a lot. It was a lot, and the harder I worked, the more I put in, it didn't give the same return. It gave the grays. I think the key was, for Shannon and I both, it means everything to me to help someone else. If I can do something, or if Shannon can do something that's going to help someone else because they're not capable, that's not their skill set, that brings me true joy.
Same.
And for so many years, that's what it was for me in IT. Before I became management level, you know, almost leadership level, and was in the meetings with the CEOs and concerned about profitability and efficiencies and things like that. No, I wanted to be the guy that came to your business and empathize with everyone in there and said, how can I make it so that your job is easier and better, more efficient, and you like your workday better using technology? And it meant everything to me to pour 6, 8, 10 months into a project to make that happen, and then see how that benefited the other people. And that gave me joy, fulfillment.
So in the same way for me, I love helping people. I love helping them with their finances and helping them accomplish things that they are not able to. People who are not aware of how to even budget, I was able to help with that. I was able to help get accounts set up. And I moved from a position where I was 100% of the time helping people to a position as an assistant branch manager where I was managing people, and I spent a lot more time managing our employees than I actually got to help our customers, and I miss that. I love, more than anything, helping customers and bringing joy to them and helping them accomplish goals that they are not able to do, or even helping them think about things in a different mindset that they didn't before to make things a little bit easier. So I just kind of got to that point where I didn't want to manage people anymore. I wanted to bring joy to people again.
So what does that mean for us now in the present? Ideally, we would love for this to be our full-time job. You know, we're learning to expand into Instagram, Facebook, put videos here, put videos there. Our goal is to bring you more content more frequently. You know, obviously with the selling of the house, the purchasing of the camper, making that transition, you know, it hasn't afforded us the time yet to do that. But, you know, once you quit your jobs, days are different. You literally, I rely on this watch that I earned by skid steering for Chad at Adler Farms. I learned that I have to look down frequently to know what day it is. And that's not a joke in all actuality. So we're having to rebuild that structure into our lives. And trust me, we're working. We love to work. We love to work, but we want the efforts that we put in, we want the same thing in return, whether it's, you know, financially, spiritually, emotionally. If we're going to help a neighbor or a friend or a brother or somebody, you know, it's very meaningful to us to get that back in return. If it's just by feeling, that means everything to us. And so when we started this channel and we started seeing the comments from you all, especially those of you that are, you know, maybe you're a little bit older and you can't get out and do the kinds of things we're doing, or those of you who have done what we've done and you just enjoy seeing a younger couple start it out and go and be like, you know, this isn't what I know how to do. I can configure an iSCSI configuration between a SAN and a host stack and failover mode and backup and blah, blah, blah. All the IT stuff. This is all new for us. This is fun because I enjoy learning. I think Shannon enjoys learning, and she's done a lot of things that she's never done before. Another thing, the time in the skid steer and the excavator, I am in a very happy place when I'm doing that. I ran it a couple of days for Chad and Ray on their new land out on their farm, and I just loved it. And now I'm going to get an opportunity to do that for my dad and those guys that we had come out or demo the buildings and clear some of the land. You know, I've built a relationship with them, and I want to try to figure out other ways that maybe we could earn the kind of income that we need, but doing it in a totally different manner than we've known before. 20-year career, 15-year career, and we said that's enough. We're super excited about it. We did set back some savings so that we've got some buffer time to get things going and figure things out. And you know, we're gonna keep running with this, and we've got some entrepreneurial ideas. We just needed change. We both were stressed to the max. It was unhealthy on both of us, and here we are. So it means the world to us. For those of you that, especially if you stuck through the whole video to this part to hear this part, it means the world to us to have your support. When we get those comments about you guys are doing a great job, God bless you, we're praying for you, we appreciate that because we're praying on the regular. You know. Yeah, our faith has grown even more since we got out, which is great, but we're really leaning on, I'll just be honest, we're leaning on what God's will is for us and how we can bring joy to you guys. Or to other people that we can physically help by learning to run skid steers or excavators or whatever the world or God brings us in the near future. You know, that's what we're going to seek. So we love and appreciate all of you. We love and appreciate every comment. We ignore the negativity because it just exists in the world, and that's fine. What you see in these videos, man, that's who we are. We get to be ourselves. We get to write our own script, and sometimes it brings its own challenges, but man, they're fun. They're wonderful. We're learning so many new things. Passion is important. I'm a passionate person. Enjoying what you do, contentment, not suffering or fighting depression or pretending and suppressing things. And you know,
one thing that we definitely both have learned is if you are unhappy, it's up to you to make a change to make yourself happy. Yep. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You know, we talked about this a lot. We prayed about it a lot. We prepared for it. And we knew ultimately we were the only ones that could make the change and make ourselves happy again. So, you know, if you're thinking about your situation, if you're in a situation that you're not happy, start thinking about what you can do to make a change and go for it. I mean, this has been the best experience we've had. I'm not gonna lie, there have been some hard times, but you just try to find the joy and the laughter about it and not let it get to you and just kind of laugh it off. You know, there's times that Kyle may be really frustrated, like the propane, and I'm trying my hardest not to laugh at that situation, but deep down, ultimately, it's funny. You know, we don't actually know what we're doing, and so being out here learning new things, it's such an adventure, and I would highly recommend it to anybody. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
The world told us growing up in school that you gotta go to college, you gotta get a job, you gotta work till you retire, and then you do what you want. Well, when Shannon and I met and we got married, I said, hey, my retirement plan is to buy a camper and travel the country. We'll sell our house, we'll go. And so this is a morphed version of that. We have the camper, but we're not traveling around yet. We're going to try to tame that land and do what we need to do to kind of be a little more self-sufficient and learn some things we've never known before. We hear from so many of you that have done all these things in your lives, and you know, we know that our days are numbered on this planet. So why not make the best of them? Why not take on new challenges? Why not learn new things and do things that make it so that I can be with my favorite person on the planet all the time? We've also learned we shouldn't be together all the time, and that's perfectly fine. But we learned that, you know, you need your time. But the cool thing is that, you know, I do have a partner in crime that is my best friend, that we can do so many things together. We can accomplish so many things. We can learn, we can communicate with other people to learn more. We've made so many new relationships since we started this journey that never would have happened before, because it was all a matter of clocking in, clocking out, working for somebody else, and no matter how much effort I put in, my paycheck was the same every week, as was Shannon's. Is it terrifying? You know, yeah. But now we've been able to level out, breathe deep, rebuild our faith, help build our relationship stronger than it's ever been before. We get to work together, and we get to find new challenges. And our puppy, who's not a puppy, she's about 9 years old, but we call her our puppy. She'll always be our puppy.
She'll always be our puppy.
She's had more outside time, outdoor time. She's in the best shape of her life. It's been wonderful all around.
It's really been a true blessing to us to be able to take this step in our journey and to try new things and see what we can accomplish.
Yeah. So what do we need from you? Stick with us. Help
Keep
us.
watching our videos.
Keep watching our videos, man. You're going to get some of the camper. You're going to get some out at the land. You're going to get some of us talking to well people and building people, and all of that is us learning. So let us know. Do you enjoy that? Do you want to see that? Keep coming back for more. We love and appreciate you guys. If you like what you saw today, if you like what you saw today, smash that like button. If you're a subscriber, comment down below. We love hearing from you, and we've learned so much from you. Like the Bradford pear. It's down now because of you. We appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications, and come back and see us. We're going to try to get more videos out to you. We're getting Instagram and Facebook going and all these other things, and we're learning. So again, we appreciate you. And as always, guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.